welcome back.
You can find Asian singles, Aaron.
This
Our
is
party-
a Twitter-related app.
Our party finds themselves in quite the predicament now, as they have been split up and lost a member. But they somehow managed to kill this tentacle-faced beast that accosted them and was holding Floon captive. And we will start off with Brago and Sarmea in the room with Renair and Floon.
We're there.
Leaving this bitch. Leave.
You leave?
We're there. Are you ready to get out of here?
Bloom?
Bloom?
Yes, please. Let's go.
Oh.
I just realized getting out of here is like...
Yeah. That's going to be itself.
But hey, it's clear.
We also know a door we can go through before the exit of the sewer that we went in earlier that's safe.
Yeah, to your
To the spouting fish.
yeah, spouting fish. Let's enter the spouting fish.
Sarmea will walk first and walk fast.
Okay.
Are they both ambulatory?
Yeah, they're able to move, especially now that he's been healed a bit.
Great.
You guys are able to walk on your own just fine.
I realize that we can do introductions with Bloom, but Sarmea doesn't care right now.
I mean, I feel like Flynn's just like, oh, you're rescuing me, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
They're brothers, right?
They're friends.
They're friends, and they look similar.
Got it.
But they're
So
not really
Renair takes
part of
the
my
brunt
combo.
of helping Floon out. You see him throw his arm over his shoulder, and he kind of like helps him walk a bit. As you guys are walking out, roll a perception check for me.
Jesus. 5.
19.
I'm throwing my dice away.
Sarmea, you don't see anything, but Brago, so you guys start to head out, and as you do, Brago, as you come by here, you kind of like look over, and you see a corner of this flagstone there, just kind of like slightly propped up a little bit.
Hey guys, wait 1 second. I want to go check it out.
You go over there, and you lift it up, and you see that it kind of drops down, and then you kind of see a tunnel trail off this way.
Like go underneath a flagstone.
Yeah. So you can pull that entire square up and like move it aside, and then it kind of drops down into a tunnel that leads off this way.
Does it look like what's the tunnel look like? Does it look well made? Does it look like it's hollowed out by a purple worm? What are you talking about?
How tall is it?
It's big enough like for people to just go through one at a time, single file.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to like walk through like shoulder to shoulder with somebody. It doesn't look like it's been bored out by something, but it doesn't look like the craftsmanship of it is all that great. It looks like a pretty rough hewn
Yeah.
tunnel.
Can I use my dwarven stone cunning on to figure out what's going on with this tunnel?
Yeah. I'd say roll an intelligence check with advantage.
19.
It's definitely man-made, and it looks like it probably wasn't here before this place was built. It looks like somebody intentionally did this, but it wasn't like part of the original groundwork that was laid, so it doesn't like look that fine.
Oh. I'm already kind of ignoring some rooms, so I'm inclined to just... Can I see what's at the end of the hall? Or what's it... Does it...
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Then, you see that, you can see that, I think like 30 feet down, it comes to an end.
Like a door, or just an end loop?
Just an end. It comes to a wall.
Unless I perceive there to be any other exit out of it, I would just ignore it and continue. Do I perceive that there is an exit, or is this just?
Well, I'd say to be able to see the end of it, you would have to probably drop down the side of it a little bit, or at least like get on the floor and like stick your head in there. With that with that intelligence check, I'd say that you don't see anything, but you can assume the way you found this, it might be the same kind of situation on the other end.
Okay. Hey, Samaya!
What?
There's another tunnel over here!
Fuck that.
Yeah, I thought that's what you'd say. Alright, I'm gonna run after her.
So you guys just make your way back towards the entrance.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the ladder where the spouting fish pantry.
Okay.
That's the goal.
So as you guys are able to make it back through, no problem. So
I don't know that this door is going to hand axe. That's fine. I'll buy another hand axe by selling some daggers.
so as you guys make it back out into the main area here, and you're able to make your way out. So you're tromping through the sewers. Let's go back to you guys. What are the two of you fuckers doing?
Has enough time passed so I could give it another go to try and figure out how it operates? Has that ship sailed?
I mean, you can roll an investigation check on the wall.
12.
From what you can see, it just looks like a plain column slab. Zin, you noticed that when he slammed it into the pillar, there was a slight indent in the pillar where it looked like it was meant to go. You don't see anything like that on this side.
Okay, I don't see it on the pillars in the middle either.
No, so the stone pillar in there was like this round circular one. The
Yeah.
ones, and it's not very wide. The ones you guys are standing in front of are 5 by 5 on each side and go all the way up to the ceiling.
And not round.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, so okay. Huh.
Well, do we just
I think we need
start
to go,
looking for pillars?
I think yes. Or yeah, we need to go the opposite direction of that room and quick, probably.
Probably.
And keep an eye out for the black pillars.
I put the mind flare on my shoulder.
Okay. Taking the whole thing.
I mean, unless you want to give me a few minutes to dissect it.
Can't you just take the head?
I could just take the head. I'll just take the head.
Roll a survival check
This is
to
like
remove it
Assassin's
cleanly.
Creed. Don't leave the body. Maybe the guy just went missing. Maybe the crime boss is just missing. Not
19.
actually murdered.
Oh yeah, you do it well enough. I imagine do you have any sort of
I have like a little kit. I have like
Okay.
like things to dissect with, pretty
Yeah,
much.
so you pull out your kit and you get to work, and you're able to
And
just
jars and liquids and
yeah, you're able to remove its head pretty easily and cleanly.
Cool.
You now have a mind flayer head in your inventory.
That I do.
Mind flare, mind.
I will add it along with my dead
Oh.
sturge and my 4 gazer eye stalks.
That's right. You're collecting body parts.
I'm
Your
gonna
little
take that
taxonomy kit.
Tattoo guy scimitar that I removed earlier.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stick it in the body and leave it there.
Okay.
Where did the scimitar come from?
The tattoo headed guy.
Nice.
Thanks. I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
And then I was gonna say,
Roll a deception check to make it seem like there was some infighting. Set the stage.
yeah. Blood splatter analysis.
Well,
Anyway,
just Dexter it up.
Hard eyes, motherfucker. Let's go. I'll help you. Let's get close out of here.
Yeah.
We need to hide the fact that we were here.
Yes. We have to get out of here as quickly as possible.
So we head back, and you said it splits into the left and right, it's like a 90-degree T-junction.
And so if you walk down towards that end, you see that to either side, you see another hallway come off each way.
So T-junction out like this.
And then
And
two
then
hallways coming off
continuing
that
hallways?
way. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I make some sort of check to see if I can determine which way the breeze is blowing, or if I can determine
If there's a draft from an opening.
how to maybe get out of here?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
22.
22. From where you're at, you don't really feel anything like that, which gives you the feeling that you're probably pretty deep in wherever you're at.
We don't see any sort of signage.
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
No, just all you
Okay.
saw were the eye carvings in the other room.
Okay. I think we just have to pick a side, left or right.
Left.
Go left.
Okay.
This worked out so great. Last time we decided to go left.
Yeah, so you guys go, and do you walk down that hallway?
Yeah.
So you go, and that hallway is only about 10 feet long before you see it open up into a wider room.
Try to like peek out.
Rolls.
Yeah, I would
Stealth
definitely
check.
let him stealth ahead.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
I'm ready to act, but like I also have disadvantage on stealth, so I'll let you do the
non-natural 20.
Okay. And you're trying to take a look inside.
I want to like look. If it's a hallway, I want to like look for like patrolling guards. I'm like looking for sentries and stuff like
Okay.
Yeah.
So just
Traps.
being in that small section of hallway and looking forward into that room, you don't see anything.
But yeah, my intention was to creep to the
Okay. Then roll a.
threshold.
What'd you roll for your perception?
That was stealth. I haven't rolled.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
17.
Okay. You kind of like creep up to the threshold, and you look into the room, and you see that it opens up into this wide room that is. It's about 45 feet long and about 20 feet wide, and you see. You see a group of these really bizarre-looking creatures, kind of like huddled together. They seem to have your backs towards you. And what'd you roll again? 16?
17.
17? You see these, like, kind of like scrawny bodies, but you see what looks to be a large, kind of bulbous head with a fin that runs down the middle of it. And you see one of them kind of turn, and you see these large, bulging eyes. Large, wide mouth. It
Like
looks
fish.
like a fish.
Not that direction. Other way. I would like to depart from that area and go the other way.
So you go down to the right hallway.
Yeah, like
That hallway opens into the same room.
the same.
So So the hallway you started in comes down and then tees off, and then each hallway that continues forward goes into that same room.
Oh wow.
But then, as you go to that right one, you also notice that as it curves around that pillar, you see a staircase that seems to go down on the other side of that right pillar.
Is there a group of murderous fishmen in this?
Fishmen?
Fishmen? Is there a group of enemies in this? Like, are they positioned where they can see both sides of the exit?
If somebody were to walk in either of those hallways right into the room, the room is wide open enough that they'd be able to see it.
Yeah. Do you chance it with the eyeball room instead of this? That's pretty much it, right? Those are our options. Is either into this
Or
room.
going down the staircase.
We can go down the staircase without them
Yeah,
seeing
you
us.
see
You guys-
the staircase just spiral downwards.
You guys exhausted trying
kinda
to
like
use the
curves
key
around.
to get back?
Well, we have to look for a pillar to put it in.
Yes, like I think it was just one way.
Yeah. And the portal's gone now anyway.
The
like,
pillars the pillar that he put the stone in, the pillars in the receiving room didn't match. Like were noticeably architecturally different.
Yeah.
So we're going on this premise that you need a special pillar to put special stone in to activate the portal. That's what we got.
And that's if it's not a different stone to get back, so...
Like if we put it in the next one, do we teleport back to where we just were?
Right.
Yeah, that could be the case.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? We go forward to the stairs that lead down which doesn't sound good, but
I feel so
Going
safe right
deeper
now.
doesn't
Right?
sound
No.
like a great idea.
Just really,
but
just really.
Feeling good
I
about winning
also
game
am not in a
choices.
place where I need to engage,
I think we need
In
to
more combat?
Yeah,
so
there's just two of us, so we need to be quiet. So, can we recall what sort of like the promenade room was shaped like and how it was? I don't know.
So it, like I said, so it's this big open. It's a hallway that's about 15 to 20 feet wide, and it's got this long curve to it. And then running right down the middle of that curve are a series of pillars with the eyes on them.
And then we didn't see anything.
In the short time that you spent in that room, you
Yeah.
did not see
Okay.
anything else.
well,
Get on the stairs, I guess.
it seems like our option right now, I suppose.
All right, let's do it. We go downstairs.
As we're heading down the
This
stairs,
feels bad. There were no other exits in that giant room with the fishmen.
I mean, I'm guessing not that we could get to.
So you do see, like, because you have dark vision.
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah. So when you peer in that room with the fishmen, you do see that when you peered through it from the left side, you do see that there is like a portcullis on the upper left corner of it. So basically, if you were to walk through that left hallway, right in front of you in that corner is like a portcullis that's closed. And then behind the group of fish people, you do see another small doorway, and then there's another one to the right of the room.
That just sounds like we can't be seen.
So you see a couple different doorways.
So,
I mean, I'd say
stairs?
let's go down the stairs.
Yeah, let's go downstairs.
Once we see an exit of any kind, I think you should go ahead a little bit.
Yep.
And see what you can see.
So as you guys go down the stairs,
So as we're going down the stairs, I wanna say I'm really sorry that my anger led us to this position. I should have thought before I acted.
it's okay. I could have not run through the portal as well, but here we are.
Here we are.
so as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you come down to a landing, and it's a hallway that splits off, kind of like a T again. It just goes off to your right and left.
For an indeterminate distance, or
And to the left, it goes about 15 to 20 feet before you see a door, and then to the right, it goes down about 30, 35 feet and comes to another T.
oh, let's stealth over to the door.
First of all, roll a perception check.
Oh, I will definitely roll a perception.
Crit fail.
Nat 1.
Yes.
In the middle of the hallway, you see what looks to be this ghostly version of an eye stalk that hangs out of the middle of the ceiling.
Is it looking the direction I'm peering from, or is it looking the opposite direction?
It just seems to kind of sit there right in the middle of the hallway.
Looking straight downward?
It doesn't seem to move. It just kind of seems to hang there.
Is the eye oriented to the ground at this point?
At this point, yeah.
So just straight up hanging straight down. Yeah, that's unnerving. That's in front of the door?
Just a dangly eye
It's
stalk.
like right in the middle of the hallway.
Okay. And then looking the other direction, do I see any more of those stalks on the way down to the T junction?
No, you just see the one.
I return and explain the situation and say that is creepy and I don't trust it and it seems pretty bad.
Yeah.
So,
Other direction.
nope,
T junction it is.
nope.
To your left, you do see kind of a slight bit of like black smoke that kind of like filters out, and it almost seems
The
like it's
T
coming
junction?
from the left. So if you Coming down the stairs, the left is that doorway that's only about
Oh,
15,
okay.
20 feet, and then if you go to your right, that's where the T junction is.
Okay.
So to your left, you kind of see like this like little bit of like almost steam or smoke kind of like float out from the bottom of the door, and then you smell like something burning.
Something burning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Smells like burnt meat and bread.
Burnt meat and bread. Burnt.
Burnt.
So, I think I'll pass.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Hard pass on that one.
I think it's just like a terrible cook's home.
I don't think I want to be seen with anybody's eyeballs, let alone a terrible cook's
Yeah.
eyeballs.
I don't think I want to know what kind of meat is burning.
Ah, the bread I'm curious about, but
Right.
not curious enough.
Not right now.
I'm gonna hard pass. I think we should hard pass on that.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna head the other way.
Okay.
Toward the T junction.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go right. Yes, right.
Right at the T junction.
Oh no, we're gonna.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, it's about 30, 35 feet down to the T.
Just try to make my way there stealthily.
Okay.
And I assume Zin's following at a good distance behind.
Yep.
Yeah, roll another stealth check.
15.
Yeah. So you get down to the end of the hallway, roll a perception check.
Non-natural 20.
To your right and left, you see that the hallway extends both ways, another 5 feet, and then both ways and indoors, closed doors.
Are there any more hanging eyeballs?
Nope, not that you can see.
So both ways and indoors. And how many feet are down there?
Only 5 feet. Like it's
Oh,
small
wow,
T
okay.
junction. Yeah.
I guess I'll take a listen
Yeah.
on the left door first.
Okay.
Is there other the doors appear different in any way? Ten for something.
They don't seem to be.
What did I just say left door?
Yeah. You do not hear anything coming out of that left
Right door. 13.
You do not hear anything in those doors either.
Shrug. I'll try.
Let's see if,
Are they
either,
knobs
if either
or
of them are
like-
either unlocked. Like we need to
Yeah,
check
I'll
that
try and
first.
see if they're locked. Or actually, how about can I check for traps and to see if they're locked?
Sure, roll an investigation check for the traps.
Do you want me to roll one for each door, or
Yeah,
just one?
One for each door.
Left door. Ooh, not good. 10.
It seems pretty safe to you. You don't find anything that sticks out.
Right door. 9.
Same.
Okay. Do they seem locked?
They do not.
Left.
All right. Try the left door.
So you walk in and you see that.
Oh, I
this-
just want to like
Oh,
creep.
just-
in.
just kind of like crack the door
Yeah.
and take a peek.
Yeah, slowly. I'm trying to be like nonchalant, but if I, I don't know what I'm trying to be.
So you see that it
Not
opens up
mine.
into a rather large kind of banquet hall looking sized room. And inside,
There's a
you just
huddle
kind
of
of
fish
crack the
people.
door.
It's called a
There's a clutch of fishmen.
Meredith Fishman.
So, just with cracking the door open, you see two large pillars that seem to be about 5 feet in diameter, and they raise floor to ceiling, and they seem to be made out of crystal.
Can you see anything?
roll a perception check as you're peeking in at these things.
8.
So you see that they seem to be filled with some sort of clear liquid-looking substance, and you see some sort of large mass floating in the middle of both of them.
God damn it. Why is everything a bad idea in this place?
Spherical mass?
Think about where you are.
Relatively,
I know.
they're inside each pillar.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
that's true, but
You're trying to
I'm just saying.
reassure me of something. You're not working. I close the door. I'm gonna try the other fucking door.
yeah, let's try the other one.
Okay.
Then let's just go in whichever one seems like less of a bad idea, I guess.
That's not
Oh,
fair.
man.
I think there are eyeballs inside columns of crystal. I probably
What happens if you
Bad idea.
poke it with the
Next door.
keystone?
So you open the right door, it opens. This room is much smaller. It seems to be only about 15 feet by 15 feet. And at first glance, with you just peeking through the door, it looks like an office.
Alright, open the door wide, more wide.
This room is completely dark. There's no light in this room. You obviously have dark vision, though, so that's not an issue.
I'll light the. Once we get inside, I'll light the lantern.
Lantern, okay. You see 2 open crates seem to rest against one of the walls. You see a stone desk in one of the other corners, and you see a chair that kind of sits at the desk. A stone chair that seems to be carved with spider motifs. And then you see,
this place?
and then you see a couple of stone bookshelves that are completely empty.
Okay.
Does it look like this has been used in recent times?
Roll a perception check.
9.
It's kind of hard to tell. You're not really sure what it would look like if it was used, other than possibly assuming that there would be books and stuff on the shelves. But from that,
I'm gonna investigate the
yes.
desk.
I was gonna say, is there papers on the desk
I'm
at
gonna-
all, or scrolls, or drawers?
There's
or...
there are drawers.
I'm gonna search for traps and secret compartments.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Non-natural 20.
Ooh.
And that was for the traps.
Well, do you want me to roll separately?
Oh, I
was
guess.
doing.
Doing
I
the
was
same one.
investigating, but I was highlighting the fact that I really wanted to look for traps and secret compartments.
So I'm gonna have you do the investigation for traps, and I'll have you roll a perception check for compartments.
Okay. So non-natural 20 for the trap investigation.
Yeah. Yeah. You do not see. You don't find any traps. You run your fingers along all like the bottom surfaces. You don't find any wires or like rods or anything like that. It seems pretty trap free.
Okay. Secret compartments. Come on. 21.
So you don't. So you notice that there are drawers on the desk, but they're locked. So with that, you kind of like check out the chair a little bit, and you see what looks like a small outline of a compartment underneath the right armrest.
Okay. Is it locked? Or can I figure out? I see what looks like a compartment. Can I figure out the trigger mechanism to open it?
Yeah. So you kind of like start tracing over it, and you're able to. You kind of just like tap it on the side real good, and it just kind of pops out like just enough to where you can pull out, and it seems to be this small drawer that pulls out of it, and in it you find a small black key.
Key for the drawers, hopefully.
I pull out the key and then I try them in the drawers.
So you open the top drawer,
And I
so
die.
EMF.
so you stick the
And
key
you're
in,
dead.
and it clicks over.
Yeah.
It unlocks the top drawer. You slide open the drawer and you find sturdy-looking thick tome bound in black leather and covered in webbing.
Is it?
So there's a web-covered book in this
Yes,
spider
I
motif
know,
desk.
right?
Awesome.
How fucked are we? How fucking fucked are we? Can I open the book? Is it latched or how's it?
It is not. You're able to open it.
What's its, can I make sense of the reading
Uh,
or the writing? Can I read it?
Can I ask, are we suspecting Drow because of all the spider stuff?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And you are a half elf,
Yeah.
so that's double bad for you.
Well.
Like, out of
I mean-
character, I'm absolutely expecting Drow, but, like...
Yeah.
In character, I'm just freaked out.
Yeah, in character, I'm just like, eyeballs and spiders,
And
roll an
I'm
Arcana check.
trying to leave.
and mind flares,
Yeah.
and...
24.
You can't make sense of the language that it's written in,
No.
but it looks to be some sort of spell book.
Oh. I think this is a spell book.
Do we take it? Or do we leave
Well, let's table that for now. I'm gonna open. Is that the only thing in that drawer?
In that drawer, yes.
I'll proceed to open the rest of the drawers.
So the next drawer that you open, you pull it open. The same key opens it, and you pull it open, and you just see a kind of large bag that has like a nice long strap on it, just kind of stuffed into the drawer.
And it's just full of spider eggs.
What's
Sorry.
inside of it?
It is completely empty.
A long bag?
A decent sized bag. Looks kind of messenger bag-ish.
Can I Arcana it?
Yeah.
Not great. 12.
You're not sure what aura is being put off, but it does seem to have a faint sense of magic to it.
Yep, let's
Stealing
take that.
They find an undead corpse. The rest of the drawers?
Those were the only drawers that you found.
Oh, that's just 2 drawers?
Yep.
Okay. What do you think? This book? If we got out of here, it could be worth some coin.
Right. I mean, but, like, outside of being worth money, like, do you think it could have any kind of use to us? Because, like, I don't know if I want to, like, mess with this if we're doing it just for money. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, then it's still taking
Yeah, we're taking the bag.
it. Okay.
Put
the spell book
We're
back.
taking the bag.
Lock
But,
it, everything
like,
back
I
up.
just- yeah, I don't...
Put the key in the thing.
If there's already, like, a magicness about this book, and I just... It's not worth it if we're just doing it for money.
I'm not keen on spiders and the
Yeah.
things associated with. So I'm cool with that.
Let's, keep moving then.
Shut the compartment with the key inside.
Good call.
What about him? Point to the body. What we've been carrying around.
I mean... I don't want to leave him.
It would be less conspicuous. And this seems like a good place. He clothes fit in the bag.
Technically,
But we don't. I can't
I
confirm.
mean, he would fit in the opening of the bag.
I can't confirm.
I really don't want to leave him. But,
All right. Up
but,
to you.
but, I agree that this would be a lot easier without him.
Do you think that he would want us to bear the burden of?
I think he would want a proper burial, considering his
I agree.
occupation.
I
You don't
agree.
know my occupation effectively, I don't think. I never brought it up.
That's true.
Are you sure?
No, I said I have a job to do. I never said.
Oh, okay.
You did speak with Sabian about him keeping you in business.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought we
that was a mildly
had,
I guess
offhanded.
it's I guess it's
That's
not
an
like
offhanded comment.
outright like saying what you do, but you know it has to do with people dying.
right. But I guess we leave him.
I don't want to. But
I don't
think
want
it's-
to either. I really don't want to, but like we're kind of screwed right now.
Yeah. So,
All right.
alright. You know what we should have done is left him with my entire body and the sword stuff. With the head being gone and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Alright,
Yeah.
we leave Quillis's body.
Okay, do you do anything else before leaving the room?
Noting that he did loot me.
I looted him.
Yeah.
I put 2 copper coins over his eyes.
You just leave him on the floor.
Yep, I like barrel crypt style like this. I put 2.
That's all
Yeah.
I need.
Quick
2
moment of
nibs.
silence.
I put 2 nibs on his eyes, on his eyelids.
Now you can put a dragon.
Alright.
Oh, no, we ain't that tight. Alright, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Alright,
Let's
so
get outta
there's
here.
these 2 pillars filled with liquid.
And as you guys exit that room, we're gonna go back to these guys. for a
Okay,
minute.
well, I would explain what I saw before we
Yes.
leave.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Alright, so yeah, you guys make it back to the ladder that's underneath the spouting fish.
Okay.
Go up it.
And you find yourselves in the same storage cellar.
Where's your brother?
Oh, hang on. Then I'm gonna, how I know how I'm looking health-wise, which is probably pretty rough, and I probably smell horrible.
That is
I'm
true.
just gonna open the door and does it smell terrible in here still?
I mean, now that you guys are back in there, there's definitely
No, but I dumped my boots out in there.
Oh,
You
oh,
remember, for my
yeah,
brother to
yeah,
clean up
you-
because I thought it was funny. No
Yeah.
longer think it's that funny.
yeah, it's there's definitely a stench.
I'm gonna open the door and look for Arxir real quick.
Yeah, you open the door and you see that it's still pretty
That's what we
lively in
have.
the bar, but you do see him like walk out from behind a bar and like kind of like walk out and like make a lap through the crowd.
I cast message at him and say, Arxir, I'm in the pantry, I need you now.
Again,
You can reply to this message.
Oh, you can reply to this message.
and
He knows
it
that.
takes him a minute, but he does end up making his way down there. What are you doing here again?
This is serious now. My friends and I,
We got
should we
split up.
get should we get cleaned up before we go back to Volo? Should we just?
I don't think I smell that bad, but
You
Yeah.
smell like shit.
do I? Well,
You
my
all do.
senses must be burned out.
Yeah, you steep in it for so long.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Sort of nose blindness.
Yeah.
Well, what are we gonna do with them two?
We should just go see Volo.
We should
huh?
just go see Volo.
Alright,
Can we? Art's here, right? Can we? Is there a way that we can get out of here without attracting much attention?
Not really. You kind of have to walk through the bar.
Can you cause a distraction?
You can cause one. You make
Start a
your
fire.
cats.
You
Start
might be
a
able to
fire.
as well.
Make your
Me
cats.
too. We all have like because everyone in the family knows minor illusion. We all have like an animal that we pick that like fights for our distraction.
Wait, everyone. So, can the two of you make like cats and
Dog.
dogs together? Make a big illusion.
Yeah, I guess. I better not get caught.
She's not laughing in game. I just
You're gonna fucking owe me.
fine.
Alright, come on. And he like leads you up to the top of the stairs, and before you guys open the door, he looks at you. Are we doing this?
Yes.
All right.
We both take
I
out
tuck
pieces of
my
fleece, I guess?
maul
Yep.
up under my trench coat.
Yeah, you see Arxir pull out a piece of fleece too, and
Yeah.
you guys do the hand motion, and all of a sudden you hear a cat and a dog start going at it, like on the other side of the bar, and you just hear people like, "Wow!" like, and that's when you guys make your move.
Yeah, just sort of swiftly exit.
You see Arxir kind of like walks out and holds the door open, and you see a couple people kind of like passing glances, but don't really think too much of it as they're confused as shit as where this noise is coming from. But yeah, you guys are able to make it out of the bar without causing. I mean, you caused a scene, but not in your direction.
Great.
Okay.
A distraction, as they call it.
Distraction. Have
So-
I been to the
Spouting fish.
Spouting Fish before? Like, do I know where I
It
am
is in the dock ward.
city? Okay,
Yeah.
it's in the dock ward. All right. Well, then I guess I'll
Yeah,
just
we're
start
not-
walking towards the
Yawning portal?
yawning portal.
Yeah, and
We're not
especially
too-
with your previous experience in town, like you're definitely able to find your way back pretty easily.
Cool. We've got the two with us. We go in, and it's night.
Look for Volo.
Yeah, you go in and you see that it's still a pretty lively crowd. Your bard friend is still there playing music at a very kind of slightly uncomfortable, off-key tune.
Fucking 3 strings.
And you see Volo kind of like sitting at a table by himself, just kind of like he's got his both hands wrapped around a tankard, and you see him kind of like fidgeting, just like kind of like uncomfortable and anxious.
I'll run up to him.
Ah,
I
you
will
made it.
stroll up to him.
Floon! You found him! And he gets up and like just goes towards him and just like wraps his arms around him.
How long does it
Oh,
take for him
thank
to
you
smell
so
us?
much. And I was just about to say, like, as he says that, he like you see him like just reel and like kind of steps back. What? Is that you?
So
Where have you been? You.
we
Oh,
kind of found him in the
smells
sewer.
terrible.
We
The
kinda-
sewer?
In the sewer, yeah.
Floon, what were you doing in the sewer?
It's like, I'll just
I-
like gesture to
yeah,
him, like,
he's-
please talk.
I was taken there. I was blindfolded and they kidnapped us. That night that we met at the Skewered Dragon, I stayed there for a little while and met with Renaer, and then we were jumped when we left.
Volo. And there was this monster there. It had tentacle hands and tentacles
yeah,
coming out of
Noodleface.
its face, and it was bright pink. What is that?
It didn't have tentacle hands,
Oh.
but
Wet spaghetti
That's-
hands.
tentacles coming out of its face.
Wow.
What else did it look like? Tell me more.
I mean, I guess I described as much as I can remember.
That's
Yeah, brain puppies.
It had long arms, and it had, like, noodles for teeth.
And then there was these dogs with these brains with 4 legs.
One brain.
One brain with 4 legs.
that in the sewers underneath the town.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
that can't be possible.
by the spouting fish.
Why would that sounds like an illithid? Why would it be in the sewers under the town? That makes no sense.
An illithid?
Beats me. What's an illithid?
They are powerful creatures that live extensive lives and are able to create things, living things,
Create
You know what else is
ancient
it?
knowledge.
How dangerous are they?
It talked-
Extremely.
It sent
I'm surprised you
messages-
saw one and made it out
It
alive.
sent a message to
Yeah.
my head.
Yes, they do that. They have
Well.
psionic abilities that invade your mind.
I guess that means our friends won't be coming back. They disappeared along with it, I think. I was
With it,
There was this.
unconscious.
disappeared.
There was this. They decided to go through this portal with like black swirly door.
That is not good.
Now we tried our best. Now Bravo here went down really fast, but I took
It
down.
wasn't that fast. It wasn't that fast.
Rago
I
here is a chum.
I wrestled their big tough guy to the ground, alright?
And I killed him, and I killed the little.
No, I killed
Brain.
the tough guy.
You're
not
not
here.
there.
Oh, Oh,
I killed the little brain with 4 legs, but the mind flayer got away before I could kill
It
it.
had a devourer.
Although I heard it a lot.
Yeah, that thing.
A devourer?
It's called an intellect devourer.
That explains a lot.
How so?
It kind of scratched on my head a little bit. I feel better now, but it really kind of hurt.
You have no idea how lucky you are to be alive.
You all can thank me for that. Ronier's just not saying anything? Love this man.
Renair is like, no, we do owe them our lives.
Love this guy.
They got us down there, and we were somehow able to make it out. We have no idea what happened to their friends, but
Bad things, it sounds like.
it can't be good.
I
I imagine we won't be seeing them again.
no, probably not. But
But we still get our reward, at least, yeah?
and now we get more because there's less to split it between.
You,
Shit out
Imagine that, and you see Volo's face drop. His demeanor completely changes. How about that? I must admit, I have but few coin to hand out these days. But I have something better than that.
Better than coin?
He pulls something off his back and hands you a scroll tube.
Oh, shit.
What? This is the deed to a property I've recently acquired.
Ooh.
For your help, and upon
And
your
this is exactly how Sunday is doing it.
and upon your approval of the property, it is yours.
Wait. We on a
North
house?
Ward property? In the North Ward.
Wait.
That's
That's the thing. Wait. What? Shit. Wow.
Wait, I'm sorry, what? We're responsible for all rats, spiders, and weevils? Or
That
otherwise?
is once you
Undead,
take control of the property.
Plagues, diseases, and other dangers, listed or otherwise, that may emanate from said establishment.
We just gotta make sure that the property's in good working order.
This is a typical deed. It says this on any property you gain ownership of in this town.
I'd like to insight
It's
check.
totally not a haunted house. I'm not there.
I know,
Take a look
but-
at it.
Yeah.
7. I have no idea.
Yes, he seems like he's telling the truth.
Wow.
I will also insight check him.
How did you come by this house?
18.
I did, yeah, even with an 18, he does seem to be telling the truth. It's a pretty typical deed.
Okay.
This is like
I-
the Waterdeep HOA agreement.
I purchased this property with the intent of hopefully studying it. I am working on my next book called Volo's Guide to Spirits Inspectors, and I was told that there is a spirit that may reside there.
So we're not going there tonight.
That seems like a good idea.
I have had little luck
I wanna
contacting
see
it,
the thing.
so it has become less useful to me. But I feel it is a
Dangerous?
very
spirits?
worthy payment. As I said, I have not had
Well,
luck contacting it, so
I accept this. Another thing, there was a wooden box in there that I know had some coin in it that Rainier still has. We could split that.
that is up to you. And Renair kind of
Well,
chimes
we
in.
should
He's
not-
like, no, it's all yours.
We'll just take it.
Alright. I just take the box. I don't even say thank you or anything.
Yeah, it's. I
will.
wish we had
Thank
more.
you.
I'm gonna take the wooden box and walk up to the bar.
Alright. I'm gonna
Not-
follow. I'm gonna like wrap up the. So we have to. Did he say we have to like sign the thing or?
So you start to roll it back up, and he reaches out and holds out his hand. As I said, upon your approval of the property, we can go meet with a magister and have them make sure that this process is done legitimately.
a notary public, basically.
Where do we do that?
I can make an appointment with somebody on the morrow if you would like. And basically all we have to do is show up at the courthouse and they oversee the transaction and there's a small fee involved.
Small for us or small for somebody who lives in the North Ward?
It is normally for the people taking possession of the property.
I see.
But Renair hears that and he says, no, I will cover it. And you see him hand Volo a small pouch.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It's, as I said, I wish I could do more. I owe you so much. I am extremely grateful what you have done for us.
I would like an insight check that he is planning to actually meet us the next day and not just hand us a piece of paper and peace out.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah. 17.
He seems legit.
All right, cool. Well, in the morning then?
Yes, if you would like to meet me back here in the morning, we can go take a look at the property and then head to the courthouse after.
Fair point. All right.
So I'm at the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go.
And
up
Dernan
to
is back there.
Dernan, I need 2 bottles of whatever the strongest shit you got is.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Rough night?
Yeah.
I'll take 4. 4 pints of your best beer.
I think I got something for you. And he turns around and you see him grab 2 bottles off the bar, and he comes back and sets them down in front of you, Sarme, and says, let's see. That's gonna be. It's gonna run you 10 gold.
For together?
And then he's gonna turn around and start filling tankers. And he says, for you, that's gonna be that's gonna be what is it? Kind of like starts to tally it up in his head. That's gonna be 3 gold, 3 dragons.
So I'll put 13 dragons on the thing, and then I'll put 20 shards.
Okay.
It's 2. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's what,
Nine dragons,
that's what we're doing.
Well, I'm gonna hold up a beer and another one. For me, and these 3, and for our friends. May they rest in peace. And
Dernan's just kind of
Jesus.
confused by what's going on in front of him, but he does not ask any questions. He's just kind of all right, and goes back to doing his thing. And then, as he starts to go back to doing his thing, you see him catch himself real quick, and he turns around and goes, "Oh, Red, somebody left this for you." And he holds out a small piece of parchment that's rolled up rather tightly.
Red?
I'm gonna take it,
For skin
and do I recognize the style of how it's rolled and everything? Or I'll open it and look at the handwriting. Do I recognize the handwriting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it and shove it in my pocket.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, Brago, hand him one of the bottles.
I'm not there. I'm dead, apparently.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Let's go to my house.
We could still be
We
dead.
can rest there. Get drunk, sleep, and I can
Did I hear about the register?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he took the
going to
scroll.
sign.
He took the 2 back from you.
Do you? Oh, where's that deed?
Well, he's gonna meet us in the morning, and we're gonna get some fancy fella to make it official or something.
Well, luckily it's Volo, and he's well known here. It won't be hard to find if you.
Indeed,
I don't suspect he will.
I had a good feeling about him. Yeah, is that? Do you have a? I smell nasty, and do you have a bath or something?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right, sure.
And then on our walk, Sarme is going to open her note.
Okay.
Read it.
And you guys just head back to your place.
Yep.
All right.
Are we going in, or are we?
As you're getting there, we're gonna go back
Okay.
to these guys.
before we leave,
Okay.
I give you a mace and a spade, which was a spear, right?
It has the same stats as the
Bronze.
spear.
Okay. These were closes. I can't use them, but you can.
I like sling them on my back for now, and yeah, I'll keep them.
I leave the shield with him with the scale mail on his body.
A mace and a spade, you said?
Yeah. But so there's these two columns, and it looks like there's floating masses of flesh in them, and I think it's eyes. These are giant eyes, floating in liquid. It doesn't sound good. But I don't know what else.
I don't know what else to do. I'd rather. I guess I'd rather, if we have to go into one of these rooms, I'd rather go into a room of like something that might not be animate than walk into the room of fish people.
I
If
agree.
that makes sense.
Oh, the other thing I was thinking of while our friends were doing their shtick. Do I know what part of the city that we were under? Oh no, we just teleported somewhere else, so it doesn't matter. Can I smell this for the smell of the sea or salt water?
Sure, roll a perception check.
16.
Nothing. It smells a little dank and moist, but it doesn't smell like salty like ocean water would.
And we still haven't come across. I haven't come across like any kind of reeds or anything that might.
No,
Maybe
and with
it's
that,
like-
the dank moisture you smell, it reminds you of being underground.
Yeah. I think we need to go up and up now. The fishmen.
Yeah, that seems like the worst of ideas.
How many were in this level?
7.
Yeah, it's definitely the worst of ideas.
Yes, very
Okay,
bad idea.
so
Exceptionally bad idea.
so
I guess we try this eyeball room. Or whatever it is.
I don't see anything else to do.
I'm gonna take a peek back in that room and try and like suss out. Does the door open outward or
Inward.
So I peek, and so I'm looking at these two columns, and they have like fleshy masses in them, and I can't tell if they're facing a particular direction or anything about them on the second look.
Roll another perception check as you're taking this second.
That doesn't work at all. 15.
15. So this time, as you're kind of expecting what's in the room, you're able to kind of focus on it a little bit more, and inside these large crystal pillars, you see this this large fleshy mass that has a large eyeball on the in its mid center, and then multiple eye stalks that come off the top of it.
Each
Pillar
one has one in it.
Y'all are screwed.
Y'all are
screwed.
What the fuck?
What are we supposed to
We're
do?
dead. It's
We're
like,
dead.
this is, honestly, though.
Are they facing toward the door or away from
Are they
the door?
moving?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter because if they're full-on fucking beholders, they can just look wherever. If they have eyes all over the place.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Are they like? Does it seem they're like? I mean, stasis isn't the word I'm looking for, like in this environment. But do they seem like they're just like?
Are you looking into?
Oh, I mean, I guess like I'm more.
Yeah.
I guess I'd be asking you, like.
They do not seem to move.
Okay.
I think that seems like our best bet.
They don't seem to move. And you said there was a liquid inside? It
Yeah.
looks like there's a liquid inside?
Yeah.
Does it look like the liquid is moving? Or just...
Not really.
Okay. Maybe it's just decoration.
You see them kind of like
Yeah.
bob a little bit, but they're not like using their body to move.
I mean, like, what else? What else are we gonna do?
I don't know. Alright. Can I see any doors from the little bit I've looked at?
What's that?
Can
Sorry.
I see any doors?
From what you can see with just peeking in through the door, you do not.
Well, just act casual.
Yeah, just like act like you belong here.
Yeah.
Just walk right in.
Alright, we're gonna act like we belong here.
Yep.
Alright,
So as you
what's your name?
Oh, like my fake name. Like a
She rolled a 1 for deception.
This is gonna go great. We gotta have a
Yeah.
story. We gotta have a story.
Well, yeah. I don't.
Could just come up with something.
I don't know.
You be Callista.
There you go.
It's a good name.
I'll
That
be
is a good one.
I'll
It's
be
a good name.
Anduin.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
I can remember that.
Alright.
For everyone out there, these are some of their characters' names.
Don't spoil it.
Jesus.
How is that spoiling anything?
You couldn't just let it lie.
Anyways,
Anyway.
Says the
so
liar.
as you're peeking in through the door, you see those 2 crystal pillars, and they're kind of like off to the left of the room. As you swing the door fully open, you see 2 more of the same thing in the room. As you step in, roll another. Both of you roll
I
perception.
thought you were
checks.
about to say roll initiative, and I was
I'm done
Roll
with this
initiative.
campaign.
Get wrecked.
Perception?
Yep.
17.
17.
So you see along the walls, you see what looks to be like 9 different alcoves like set into the wall, and you said 19.
No,
No,
we're
we
both
both
got
got
17.
You both got 17.
Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, you see these 9 alcoves kind of around the room, and on the back of each alcove, you see large paintings of similar looking beasts just painted on the wall, and then sitting on a green marble pedestal in each one of these things, you see what looks to be little copper statuettes of the same kind of creatures.
God.
No.
Damn it.
Absolutely not. Are there doors? Fuck these alcoves. I don't want to know about what's the door situation.
On the
Fuck. Alright.
on
Balls
the
deep in the
very
belly of
left
the beast.
wall is a large mural that's painted of another one of these beasts, but he's being flanked on each side by 2 hooded, robed figures.
That's the door?
No, that's just like a mural that's painted on the
Oh,
wall.
okay.
And they're being flanked by 12 more beholds.
I like the flutter.
Or sorry,
that starts coming out.
it's carved. It's not painted.
Okay.
Okay.
And beneath each of the hoods that kind of come over the face of these 2 hooded figures
Fucking mind.
seems to be a glowing eye underneath each one.
Oh, one eye?
One glowing eye.
Okay. Doors?
Doors?
You do not see any.
Fuck. God damn it. Alright, well.
Are there any pillars that look like the pillar that the creature vamped through before?
The only pillars you see are the large crystal ones in the center of the room.
Do any of those have divots in them?
There's no doors in here. I don't think those alcoves.
No,
Seems shitty.
no, it's not a good idea.
I think we have to go back where
Yeah.
we came.
Back to like the eyeball room? Like the.
The eye stalk? No.
No, not the eye stalk,
Go
the.
fishman
Where the
room.
mind flare ran into.
Oh, that room?
Like,
What about the fishman room?
I mean, once again, the fishmen are animate and can attack us, and there are 7 of them, as opposed to a room where there's these eyes that kind of look like they're looking at us. Like,
Okay, we're gonna back.
You said you guys both rolled 17, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You see. Sorry. So as you're looking to that big mural on the left wall,
Yeah.
the alcove on the top left of that room, you kind of notice what seems to be where the stones come together. they almost seem to form some sort of an arch in the way they're patterned together compared to the other ones that look more random.
Like maybe somewhere a portal could be placed?
As in, it looks like they might be able to be moved.
Oh.
I'll check it out. Investigate.
Yeah.
Check.
It's 13.
So in that, so you walk up and you see that small statue sitting on a marble pillar, and yeah, you notice what looks like to be an outline of a door in the grooves of the stone.
Can I like sort of feel about how to trigger the door to open?
Yeah, as you're kind of like tracing along the seam of it,
Yeah,
you feel it just kind of pop forward.
like back into the wall or like
Yeah.
pop out.
No, like back into the wall.
All right, so I push it whichever direction it slides, and what lies before us?
Xanathar.
God, I am truly terrified to just open a door and no Xanathar will be there. But if I die by Beholder at level 1, I mean, whatever. It's pretty epic.
You went out.
We still killed a mind flare.
We still killed a
Level
mind flare.
1.
Yeah, so...
I know, like what the fuck
Absolute
is happening?
insanity.
This is not how I expected this night to go.
Nope.
I expected to trudge through some sewers and find a guy and then go back to the bar.
Oh, we did. Some of us did.
Somebody
Right?
said
We were like
those two.
spouting water
those
in a
two did
bathtub
that.
while you guys are trudging through.
Yeah.
Just
I wonder what Brago and Sarmeo are doing right now.
just
Drinking and getting
scrubbing,
clean.
Yeah.
scrubbing my chest with the loofah.
Bath beer.
So you guys, you push this door open.
Oh, no.
Oh my
I
god.
saw
Do you push it all the way open, or do you like just kind of like peek in?
Peek in.
kick
I'm
So
trying not to get caught, so
you-
yeah, peek in.
Roll a stealth for me.
No,
Now.
god.
Make it good.
Yeah, no shit. 10?
Okay, so you
Not good?
Okay.
so you
Fuck my life.
as you get it open just enough to take a peek inside, you just hear this ruckus applause and screaming, and you hear a large crowd. And then you peek in, and you see what seems to be bleachers that lead from a circular open room that go up the wall, like up the area, probably like 40 feet, and you just see bleachers lined, and there's people sitting in them, and you see what looks to be a gladiator pit,
Are we down on the ground floor or like
ground
up,
floor.
like in the pit?
Not in the pit, but you're like, so there's a big pit in the middle, and then there's like a landing area all around the outside of it where the bleachers seem to like spread out from.
I mean, crowds can be blended into.
I know.
This could be good. Or it
Could
could
be
be
horrible.
really bad. Or
What's
it
it?
could be really good.
You guys could have weakened it, brings it in the
How-
crowd, maybe.
just me and Callista and my mind flayer friend
Roll a
here.
perception check as you're peering through this thing.
Oh, 11. Almost natural 20.
So you see this large minotaur hefting this giant great axe in the middle of this pit, and you see it swinging at something that you can't see.
What does this Minotaur look like?
You see it looks fucking intense as all hell. You see like a chip on one of its horns. You see like scars all over its face and up and down its arms. It looks battle hardened as fuck.
Is that dreadlock?
It does not have dreadlocks.
Is there a bone in it?
Does it come with a hula hoop accessory? Yeah, there's a crowd and they're watching the fight. I think we can slip out of here. I'll go first. You follow in a minute.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to try to slip out and like, if I can see someone coming to, like, I can sort of pop out and blend into the crowd, like, immediately, or if there's, like, a crowd of people coming by, like, is there a walkway, like, in front of me, or something?
Not really. It's pretty wide open. It's like just a big circular room.
I'm just gonna walk. It's not onto the fighting field, though, right?
No, I'd say it's there's kind of like a platform above it, but
Okay. I'm just gonna step out and start walking toward an exit, like total cash.
Yeah.
Like I own the place.
stretch your stuff.
Swinging my stuff.
Swinging the stuff.
What stuff are you talking about, Matt?
My half elf stuff.
No.
So as you push open the door and
Good
walk
job.
out, you see to your right where the bleachers lead up. You then see it flattens out at the top, and there's a large alcove like cut out into this room, and you see multiple people like sitting on the bleachers, and then you see. Oh shit!
No, the DM is like flipped ahead to
I know.
the high level shit. High level shit. And he's telling us the high level shit.
I know. All I want to do is go home. I don't want to play anymore.
You see sitting up there. You see a dwarf that is wearing like brown leathers with like purple trim, and he's sitting in this kind of like large seat like off to the left of this alcove. But then up there, you also see a group standing right around him of 5 large beasts that have like these long pointed ears and just these gnarled snouts and just mouths full of sharp teeth, and they carry these large clubs with spikes on them. They actually roll a nature check to see if you recognize
My
what they are.
bailiwick. Oh, actually, I have pretty good intelligence. Not when I roll a 4. 7.
You don't know exactly what they are, but they look like large goblinoid-looking creatures.
Oh.
And they're surrounded by a group of about 10 other. It's a mix of like humans and other dwarves, and then you see 2 goblins mixed in. In between them, you see the 2 goblins are like, one of them is ripping apart a rat and like stuffing it in its mouth, and the other one has one of those sturges that he's ripped in half and is like sucking the guts out of the inside of it. And yeah, that's what you see sitting up there. And then to the left of the room, as the room kind of curves around, you see right across from where you're at, basically, there is a doorway, and then you see one to your left and one kind of in the middle of those 2. But to get to them, you have to walk up through the bleachers.
Next to this alcove?
No, the alcove's on your guys' right,
Oh,
and then
okay.
the other bleachers kind of
I
wrap
don't
around the
care.
left side.
Oh,
of the
that's
room.
fine. I just head toward the closest door from my exit, and I am just being chill as fuck. I'm just trying to, like, be nondescript.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm all excited for the reunion if you guys make it out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as you, so are you going for the closest one?
I guess.
Because I guess so. There's the one straight across the room from you, and then if you go to the left, there's one probably about 30, 40 feet away, and then you would have to walk up those bleachers, and there's a doorway there, and then you could walk along the bleachers a little bit more, probably about another 20, 30 feet, and there's another
Does it
hallway
look like,
that seems
are
to
there
go
any
up.
size differences between these doors?
No.
Then yes, I would probably just head toward the closest one.
Yeah.
The closest exit to this
As you're walking up, you start to like walk up the steps to the bleachers, and you hear a loud whistle go out across the room. Well, well, well. what is the Black Network doing in our fighting pit? As you turn around, you see the dwarf has now stood up and is looking right at you.
Well, I don't wear the uniform of the Black Network, so this is interesting.
Well, you're wearing all black armor.
No, I'm not.
I thought you were.
My figure is represented. I am not wearing the colors of Zentarum. Explicitly.
Oh,
I'm wearing gray and brown armor.
Sorry. Well, then I take that back.
I am dressed to not look like
Fair enough.
them. That is intentional. Very conscientious.
He does say, now, how did you find your way in here?
To be honest, I am a humble locksmith, and I was stumbled to where I shouldn't have been.
I'm a seed.
You now notice that the Minotaur has just turned around and is just like staring at the both of you, and as you see
she's
him,
not out there yet. I told her to wait a minute.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
It's just me.
He's staring at you, and as you notice that, you see behind him, you see this small halfling woman just like trying to scramble away.
Okay.
A locksmith, huh?
Yeah. Are you guys hiring? I'm very good with my hands.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Prove it.
You
He
have
kind of
a lock you need opened?
no. But hands are for holding weapons, are they not?
Yes, they are.
You know how to use them?
Yep.
Seems that you have some.
Yep.
He just kind of looks at the Minotaur.
What are the rules of engagement here?
Just
God damn it. I don't even know when I'm supposed to come out or
Don't come out. I start descending, and I say, "What are the rules of engagement here?"
Would
My
I
friend?
be able to hear this conversation without coming out of the door?
Roll a perception check.
4.
I'd say you could probably hear voices being exchanged, but probably
Right,
can't
I
make
can't
out what's
make
going
out.
on. But you do notice that the room got much quieter than it was.
Okay, then I probably would wait.
well, it's nice to know you.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Minotaur, huh?
Yep.
That'll harden the Minotaur.
Yep. Level 1. 8,
You,
8 of 10 hit points. Go me.
One doesn't easily find their way this deep.
That's true.
So then you must have had to use those to get here.
You're not wrong. But I did what I had to defend myself. Which looks like it's what I'm going to be doing here.
It seems so.
How about I propose a different offer?
He crosses his arms and sits back in his chair. And what can you possibly offer us?
Details on the Zentarum's activities in Waterdeep.
You see him lean forward. And his eyes.
On the condition that me and my self and I walk out of here.
Well, I guess that depends on the information, doesn't it?
I would happily supply this information, but I need some assurances, as I have found myself out of my element. And I would like to see the light of day once again, to be honest with you, friend.
I feel it's hard to make such a promise without knowing if this information is going to be worth it or not.
There's information about the stone of Does information about the Stone of Galore
You hear
interest you?
the entire crowd go dead silent.
Holy shit.
What would you happen to know about that?
I know it's been stolen,
From us.
not by the Zentarum, though.
How do you know that?
Because I was sent here to investigate why relations went south, and if we had planned to steal it, why would I be here?
We? As in you are a member of the Zentarum?
Maybe I am.
You find yourself in a very precarious situation, my friend.
Obviously, that's why I'm speaking with you. But for the right assurances, I can give you all of my knowledge for the price of walking out of here.
Sam kind of look around. Why don't you give me a little tidbit so we know that you're not lying?
Okay. Or what I can tell you. I know about the warehouse and your murder of all the Zentarum agents. I know that you kidnapped a man thinking it was Neverember's son when it wasn't.
At the mention of the word Neverember, you see him kind of like turn around, and he seems to just stare at the wall behind him for a second, and then turns back and looks at you. How do you know about that?
Because I was there. I went to that warehouse. I can tell you where Neverember is right now.
And where would that be?
Most likely at the Yawning Portal if my friends were successful.
I know. I mean,
You revealed their friend's
spouting
existence.
information at this point in hopes of saving your life. That is what you're doing right now.
Well,
And I'm waiting for you to do it.
why should we believe you?
Classic purple.
If you can offer us something solid, tangible, proof, maybe we will consider letting you live.
I can tell you where the refer to my something here real quick, just so I have my lore right.
Ooh, what's that?
Get out of here.
Secrets? I love secrets.
I can give you information on the Doom Raiders.
See him kind of break up a little bit.
Can I
Is
ask?
the warehouse that they reside in the same warehouse?
The Doom Raiders?
Yeah. Different warehouse. Good thing. I can give you the location of the Doom Raiders warehouse.
Can I ask what the volume in the room is like? Is it still silent from the stone
Oh yeah,
floor?
everybody that is in there
Okay.
is hanging on every word during
Okay.
this exchange.
But considering it has quieted down, can I now hear the conversation happening?
Well, another perception check.
18.
Yeah, I'd say you can hear what's going on.
Cool.
What if we already knew of their warehouse? How does that help us?
I'm acquainted with them. I could set something up. A meeting. With knives or with words. Your choice. Just a man trying to see the sky again.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
A 4.
Oh, no.
boy.
Oh no.
Get off me!
Don't touch
But
me!
I smell so much better now. I just
That's true.
bathed.
Now we just smell like alcohol, probably.
Took a beer on the
Well, if you can give us their leader, there would be something to talk about.
I'll do that.
How can you do that?
Give me a place. You want to? What do you want? You want to kill him? You want to end him? I can set up an ambush. You want to meet with him? Let's set up a meeting. What do you want?
We want the stone back.
And we want this. We want the stone returned to its rightful owners as well. That's why I'm here in Waterdeep. I can act as a go-between between our two organizations. I know relations have fallen apart, but I'm here to put them back together.
It's pretty ballsy to wander in here by yourself.
Well, I wasn't by myself, and I'm still not by myself. Any protections I expect to be extended to my compatriot. And I call Zen. I say, Zen,
Check him out.
give it up.
Well, well, well. Aren't you an interesting pair?
Yeah. We're capable fighters. Obviously, we got this deep. That was the
It was my That was
We're
weird.
hearing random disembodied voices from the other room.
Yeah, we're quite a pair, but we made it this deep, so I think that earns us some respect, I would say. You want this meeting with Star Song to happen or not?
I do. We do. But you see him kind of like turn around and like whisper something to somebody, and you see them kind of like run off for a minute. But you were gonna make this as opportune for us as possible. We want him to be alone.
Alright, I can do that.
And you see him, the guy that ran off, you see him come back and hands the dwarf something. And you see him hold out this purple, what looks like a plush, like stuffed thing that looks like the paintings that were in that other room. A center mass with a big, large eye on it, and eye stars. You will take this and carry it with you. as a show of good faith. And if we know that you intend to sour this anymore, we will know. And he kind of like tosses it out.
That's it. As I said, I'm here to solve this. I'm here to bring our organizations back together. I know it was an unorthodox meeting, but it's the truth. It's what I'm here for. I didn't mean to.
For your partner's sake, you better hope so.
How do we get out of here?
You see him snap, and one of the large hulking beasts steps forward. Show them the exit. Take him to the sewers. And this large hulking beast, kind of like, you hear him stomp, stomp, stomp as he like stomps down the bleachers, and just hefts this giant club over his back, and he points up to the other side of bleachers and points to one of the doorways.
All right, I go.
And as you guys turn around to walk off, he follows you. And every time you guys come, so you come up to that first door on the left, and he points down it, and you guys turn out, and you walk down a very short hallway, and you end up back in that room with all the pillars and the eyes that are glowing, and you see them all focus on you again. And he then directs you he takes you down to like all the way to the right where that curve goes, and then as you get all the way to the end of the curve, you see a set of double doors that lead to the right. He pushes them open, and you guys walk through. You walk in and you see kind of the same almost aesthetic, but instead of them being into pillars, they're eye shapes just carved into the walls, and you see like large orbs that seem to stick out of them, just like almost lidless eyes. They don't have a pupil in it, just these large orbs that stick out of the wall everywhere. And he takes you down to a door on the right, kind of towards the end of the room, and pushes it open, and there's a winding staircase that goes up, and he just holds the door open.
I just nod to him, and I go up the stairs.
Yep, I follow suit.
And as you guys get to the top of the stairs, you see a stone wall in front of you. And from your side, it is very obvious that it is some sort of door. And you're able to push on it, and the door swings out.
Okay.
And you guys find yourselves back in the sewers. And at that point, I think that's what we're going to call it.
I would say.
Oh!
You were so close to.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Holy
So
shit,
close,
guys.
To what? So close to what?
The exit.
I know.
Oh my god.
I don't. I
Fuck.
I'll-
Now you do a bunch of shit you probably don't want to do.
Oh, I didn't want to do that at all.
But you survived. For now.
We're alive.
Well,
I did not think we were coming out of that alive. I really didn't.
I had to.
I thought there was going to be 3 new characters.
Did you guys? Did you give your name? I don't think you did.
Nope. Not a single.
And I still have
Wait,
this
now
thing.
you just have to figure.
I
You have to
said-
solve the
I said Zin.
the purple plushy
I
pad.
Oh,
fucked
you
up.
did say Zin. Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
Zin is just this is the first name. It's like Albert. Like we don't know which.
Robert is in.
Yeah.
Well, guys, shall
Oh,
I?
yeah, that was awesome session.
Fucking hell.
Some of us made better decisions than others.
Oh, yeah. I
Some
definitely.
of them had them made for us.
Yep. Just lucky. Merely lucky. Knocked out dwarf.
Anyways, thank you for joining us on this
Yep.
crazy fucking ride.
Thanks.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Wicked Clown on Reddit, who I got this map from, and also the map with the white section where we had the Gazer fight. I just wanted to make sure that he got credit for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And yeah, our next episode is going to be 2 weeks from now, so
Yep.
13.
Sounds about right.
Yes.
Also, the next episode of the Swordcast Adventures releases this Monday.
Well,
So be looking for that. It's going to be a good one.
it is.
And yeah, I'm still just like trying to wrap my head around everything that just happened tonight. But thank you for joining us. That was a blast.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that until next time, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.